In the heart of downtown Billings is the Dude Rancher Lodge. 5 local sheep ranchers financed the construction of this 52-room hotel in 1949, which was designed to look like a 19th century ranch house. It's now owned by Virginia Carlson.
Absolutely bought it on a whim. I was working as an engineer, but was looking for a career of my own. And a friend of mine came to me one day and said, you know, the Dude Rancher Lodge is for sale, and it's been mine since 1991.
In the last several years, the hotel has been struggling to make payroll and pay their mortgage.
Beginning in 2007, we started to see a huge explosion in the number of hotel rooms in Billings. We were facing really tough competition, and we're at a loss how to deal with that. My worst fear is that I would have to sell the hotel and that someone who didn't appreciate it would just level it for a parking lot. A great treasure would be lost if we can't make it here.
Here it is. Interesting. The sign is nice. Let's go check it out. Look at this. Look at this old brick. I love it. It looks like an old saloon. Really nice. If you did that today, people would sue you in court. I like the old lanterns. There's a little garbage, but I'm somewhat impressed. And they're doing a very good job for an older property from the outside. Dude Rancher Lodge. This shows that it's a National Registry of Historic Places. This is a prestigious honor, usually given to properties that are more than 50 years old and considered worthy of being preserved. So whatever we do here, if we decide to do any type of renovation, you have to be very sensitive to the historic perspective of the hotel. Let's go in. As soon as I walk into the lobby, I really feel like I'm in a turn-of-the-century ranch house. I love the wood, I love the carpet, but not that desk. That's weird. It looks like it's from 1970, not 1870. Hello.
Hi.
I'm Anthony.
Hi, Anthony. Nice to meet you. I'm Nancy.
How are you? I love that carpet.
The brands are from the ranchers that originally invested in the property.
Oh, really?
And it's throughout the hotel and in the rooms as well.
Ranchers burn brands onto livestock to prove that they own that animal. This custom-made carpet is an ingenious way to literally brand the hotel and bring its history into focus. What I like about the hotel is when I pull up, I'm like, I'm getting a real Montana experience. Then I get here and it feels early 1970s roadside motel.
It's
kind
so
of weird.
high. It isn't very welcoming.
I don't mind this old world system of keys. Typically, I want to get to electronic keys. In this hotel, there's historic significance to these keys. So I like it. I just don't like the fact that it's accessible. Anyone standing over the desk can reach over and take a key. But that's not the only thing I'm worried about. See the cash drawer? If you turn around, I can put my hand in here, and I can be in your cash drawer in 2 seconds.
That's correct, yes.
This front desk presents some serious problems. But now I want to go see what the rooms look like. So I'm going to room 211. It's a queen room selling for $59. Let me take this in. The vaulted ceilings, this adds value. This adds a lot of value. It feels very open. But we have an old-fashioned TV that hasn't been changed in 15 years. And this is horrible. Look at this bedspread. This takes the cake. This wins the world's ugliest hotel bedspread. They have leaves and then they have imprints of leaves, so it almost looks like stains. You don't want something that looks like a stain that's part of the design. And this doesn't kind of make sense for the room. Roughly 78% of U.S. leisure travelers are looking for historical and cultural experiences while on vacation. But I don't think this room lives up to those expectations. And it's more than just a hideous bedspread. Ooh. Oh, my God, the bathroom. Oh, wow. I'm speechless. Look at this sink. And look at the flooring. This flooring doesn't go with the room, doesn't go with the history. You would never know that this room is in a historic hotel. And if they want to turn things around, that has to change. The overall sense of this bathroom, it's just wrong. Congratulations on the ugliest bedspread and ugliest bathroom I've ever seen. The room's design needs help. but it is clean. Now I want to see what amenities it offers. Coffee makers and ironing boards are two of the top items travelers look for in a room. So you get my free coffee, and then there should be an ironing board. And I don't see an ironing board. Okay, I want to see what I have to do to get an iron in this room. So I'm going to call the front desk. The standard for answering the phone at the front desk is 3 rings. If it passes 3 rings, you're supposed to dive for the phone and pick it up. 3 rings, 4 rings, 5 rings, 6 rings. This is up to my 7th ring. Now I'm just pissed.
The Rancho Lodge, this is Nancy.
Nancy, how are you? This is Anthony. I need an ironing board.
Not a problem.
Thank you so much.
Housekeeping.
My iron's here, I think. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, no. All right. Why are you bringing the ironing board up?
The housekeepers are actually busy, so
Right.
I actually brought it up.
Right, so now who's at the front desk?
I have no one at the front desk. It's unattended.
It's unattended? Nancy wanted to make a guest happy, which is great, but she should have had a housekeeper bring the iron to me. With the front desk empty, there's no one to serve arriving guests or maintain security. That tells me she wasn't trained properly, but I want to see just how bad it is. Is there a coffee maker in this room?
Not in this room.
What do you mean in this room?
We do have them in our King Suites downstairs, and I think
All right, there's no coffee maker. What is that?
there is. It's a coffee maker.
That's a coffee maker?
Yes.
Okay, because you weren't properly trained, you weren't taught what is in the room. Who's answering the phone right now?
Actually, no one's answering the phone.
Go.
Okay.
Thank you, Nancy. Be careful. Don't trip on my pillows.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Staff training seems to be an issue, and that's the GM's responsibility. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes up again. Now I'm going to meet with the owner and the GM. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Virginia. Welcome to the Dude Rancher.
Nice to meet you, Virginia.
Todd Graves, pleasure to meet you.
All right. So, you're the general manager, right?
I am.
And you're the owner.
I am.
I'm going to ask you what you think the biggest problem in a hotel is.
We haven't been able to keep up with the new hotels in town.
Whose job is it to keep up with the new hotels?
That'd be my job.
Is he doing a good job?
Todd really has tried, but I think sometimes I have different priorities than Todd does.
I've never heard an owner say that to me. My priorities are different than general manager's priorities.
Instead of being able to work on the big picture, Todd gets mired down in the day-to-day operations because the staff is not trained enough to be able to take responsibility. He's having to babysit and micromanage.
Now it's all very clear. Because Todd doesn't train his staff, he has to handhold them through their duties, and he can't do his job. I wonder if he even knows how close the Dude Rancher is to closing its doors. Do you feel the financial pressure that she's under?
I do. For myself and for Virginia at the same time. Sometimes I don't get paid.
Tell me, what?
Todd went through a period, and he didn't tell me, that he started holding his paychecks and not depositing them in the bank.
That's odd. Virginia writes Todd a check that he doesn't cash, and his money stays in the hotel's account. Why would anybody do that? Were you protecting your own job?
Well, in a certain degree, I am.
I'm gonna give you my opinion. Todd's a good guy, Todd works hard, Todd tries. He's lost.
Yes.
If I was Virginia, you'd been done. She doesn't need somebody hiding stuff from her. You think you're doing her a favor? You're not doing her a favor. As an owner, shame on you for not knowing that.
Yes.
It's commendable that Todd is willing to sacrifice his check to save the hotel. But he should know the only way to save the hotel is by filling up the rooms with guests. You're a general manager, you're an executive. Act like one. I'm gonna help you, but I'm not gonna have a lot of tolerance for you just kind of hoping happens. Today's the day you put him on a program. You either turn around or you get a new general manager.